Well, the outbreak of COVID-19 is causing panic, uncertainty, and fear. The ever-changing response to the virus is leaving people overwhelmed and helpless. Here to offer some strategies to help people think rationally during these uncertain times is Dalhousie University psychologist Dr. Simon Sherry. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, what are you hearing from your friends and coworkers about the toll the pandemic is taking on people?
In my work as a professor at Dal, as well as my work as a clinical psychologist, you hear panic, you hear anxiety, you hear people struggling with intrusive and unwanted thoughts, and an awful lot of stress and hassles and irritants occurring in people's lives, both directly as a consequence of COVID-19 and the indirect effects like economic stress and changes in the workplace.
What do you think is causing the most stress? Do you think it's that people are scared that they're going to actually get it, or get the virus, or what else?
I think it's really important at this point that people think rationally and they respond proportionately. In anxious times like this, what can happen is that you start to overestimate the likelihood of danger. Well, there is a threat here. We don't want to catastrophize that threat. And instead, it's better to be active, to plan, to follow direction, but not to have extreme and irrational thoughts about COVID-19.
Right. So what is some other advice you could give people who are having those thoughts?
It's a great time to recognize the opportunity in all of this. Well, this is a community-wide stressor. There's also an opportunity for us to come together and to pull together. There's a chance for us to help out some of our more vulnerable citizens. That could be someone who's over the age of 70 or someone who's immune compromised. So there's a real opportunity for pro-social action. And when you take action, you don't get stuck between your ears where you're spinning and worrying and anxious and ruminative. Instead, you can take purposeful, value-driven action and help some people in your community in a time of need.
Right. A lot of people are self-isolating right now. A lot of people sort of, at home with just a lot of time to think on their own. What advice could you give those people?
I think one thing people should consider is that COVID-19 can be contagious in multiple ways. There's an emotional contagion that can occur at a time like this where fear can leap from one person to another. So I wouldn't talk endlessly about COVID-19. Put some boundaries, make sure you're getting good factual information from a credible source, but you don't need to speak about this 24/7. Along the same lines, there's an endless stream of social media coming our way with update after update. It's okay to put that phone away. Repeatedly checking only breeds more anxiety. You don't need to follow every cough, sneeze, and sniffle occurring around the world. Instead, focus locally and control your own response to and your own contribution to this situation.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you for having me.